Hi and welcome to Python Challenges 100 Days of Coding, and today we're going to have a look at the set that you can use in Python. So let's have a look at what challenges we've got. So firstly, how do we create a set of numbers with duplicate variables? Okay, let's try that out. So now a set uses the curly brackets. So let's type in my set. Big S equals, and you do curly brackets. Nope, not those. And the challenge was to make a set with duplicate variables. So I'm going to go make an int set. All right, and let's put a duplicate of 2. Let's put that in there, press enter. Now what do you think is going to happen with the set? Let's print this out and have a look. All right, what do you notice? Now, as you can see, the duplicate variable of 2, it's not really a variable, it's just an int, isn't it? Is not repeated. So the first thing we can gather from a set is it's a collection of items, and they are unique items and none are repeated. All right, so there's our set, our first challenge. Now let's do another one. Add to it another number. All right, let's do that. So my set, and we'll just try add well, let's do a unique number. Let's do 10. All right, and let's see if it's in there. There we go. So that worked out quite well. All right, next challenge, number 3. Try adding the same value. Okay, let's add 10 again. So I'm just going to copy this. And then print it. And as you can see, it's not repeated. All right, now how do we add now the next challenge, let's have a look, is add a tuple to the set. Now we haven't done tuples before, but let's have a look at them. Now to create a tuple, basically it's just 2 items stored in one location. So just say we had 2, 3, you know, it could be a coordinate, X, Y, something like that. This is one here. So let's see if we can just add that to the set. Now if you've tried to do this yourself without following along, you'll find you'll get this error. And so now the only way to add a tuple to the set is to do this. First you have to create the tuple. So I'll call it my tup. My top equals. All right, let's create that. Just press enter. Now let's add that to the set. So I'm just going to copy this. Save a bit of time. Go my 2p, add it. All right, let's print it, print my set. And there you go, there's our tuple, which is in the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th position. All right, so that's done. Now, next challenge. Add a character to the set. All right, now this is kind of unique to Python. You can actually have different types of values in the set. You might want to be careful of this, because when you grab the values out of the set, you got to make sure that you know what you're grabbing out of there so that your program doesn't crash. So I can just add a D character in there, and there it is right at the end there. So just be careful of how you use your sets. Just as a programming thing. In Swift, I know you cannot do that. Well, actually, I think you can. So, yeah, it's best to just, make sure you know what you're getting out of there. So that's where that type of class could come in handy. All right, so we've done that. Now, we're going to get a lot tricky here. Here, add an array to a set. Oh, how do you do that? So that's a good challenge. Have a go. If you don't know, keep on watching. So first let's create our array. All right, because it's a similar sort of thing to the tuple, you've got to create it first and then add it. And what we're going to do, let's add 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's add, no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9. Let's fill in this gap here. 7, 8, 9. All right, so there's our array of ints. And now, to add it, you can't just do add. What we have to do is use a function built into Python called update. So what you do is you go my set, and you would have found this out if you tried this by yourself. All right, let's do that. Let's check it. There we go, and it's filled in that gap. And the set looks like it orders the ints, and let's see if it orders the characters. Let's see if it adds the A before the D. So do an A. Now, this is just something random I've just seen, and I'd just like to check it out. Yeah, it does. It adds it before the tuple. So somehow the tuple's value is just after the A. All right, what we got next? Print the tuple value in the set. So first you have to know the location of the tuple, and you think, oh, this is sort of like an array. Maybe I can just go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, you know, you could try this if you're having a go. And as if you did this yourself, you would have found out there's an error. It doesn't support indexing. There's the error there. Now, what does support indexing? And a thing that does is the list. So what we have to do is convert the set into a list. You just do this, and I'm going to call it my list, and my set goes in here. Okay, now that's stored that into my list, and let's have a look at my list. There we go. So now it is showing it like an array. So let's do my list 10, and that prints the tuple. All right, so now we've got that. I've got an advanced challenge here. You can have a go at. If you don't know the tuple, like the location of the tuple in the set, how would you find it? Sorry about that. I was just creating ideas, and I scribbled that down quite. I'll fix that. If you don't know where the tuple is, how would you find it? So in this case, I would use a for loop and the type. A type of class, and if it's a tuple, then you'd print it that way, and that's how you'd find it. So we'd go like for I in my list, and then you do colon, and then you go if type I is equal to tuple. Yep, print I. There we go. And let's give that a go. So it didn't find it. Let's just try that again. So I haven't done this myself either. I just thought it'd be a cool way to check this out. Let's try just printing the type. Okay. Okay. Put this back here. Okay. In. There we go. Tuple. So yeah, there it is. It's coming up there. So what's going on? Am I spelling it wrong? Tuple. Yeah. Do you need this whole class? If type I equals tuple, print I. Let's try that one more time. I think my print's in the wrong spot actually. Let's break this back. Oh no. Let's try that again. String int. Try it with a different one. Let's try it with int. Oops. Nope. Oh, can you see it? So we've got type I. I might have to cast this into a string for it to compare it to a string. Yeah. So let's do that again. This time I'm going to cast it to a string. So if you remember how to cast a string, str, and then let's put that into a string. Let's try that. That didn't work either. Let's have a look what this prints. Okay, where's that other one? Where I just print them all. So let's grab that. You know, trial, test, and error. It's the only way to learn how to program, really. You just got to dig in and have a go at it. You know, like I know it looks like I'm messing around, but I am. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what's what. So it's saying this class tuple thing. Maybe I have to have that in front of it. So let's give that a go. All right, so grab that. Put that down here. Here we go. Copy that. Put into here. Class tuple. I'll try that. No. Type I. You think you can compare, like, I remember doing something like this in a previous exercise, and somehow I compared it to it. So, let's try again. Type, yep, tuple. Something to do with that. Let's make it if it contains. Okay, so how do you find if a string contains something? Let's do that. That's what I would use. So I'm going to have a look. I just want to check. Contains string. Does Python have a contains blah? Okay, is in. Okay. All right, let's try that. All right, grab that. Well, that's, no, I've got that there. Type if I'll put this at the start, tuple in that string. Yeah, let's try that. Tuple in type. Type is not iterable. Okay, so I have to turn it into a string. Iterable means, you know, you can't do a for loop through it. So let's turn it into a string. There we go. Awesome, there you go. So that's how you do it. All right, so a bit of messing around there, but I hope you bared with me, and eventually I came to the answer. I sort of throw myself in the deep end there just to show you what I would do and how I'd mess around with things. You just got to try different things. What did we try? We tried comparing it. That didn't work. For some reason, the type is not comparable to a string. So you have to do, does it contain it? And to do contain, you have to do in and convert the type into a string and then it'll print the tuple. And that's how you find objects in there. And you could do that with other objects as well. You could do it with int. So if I change this to int, let's do that one. Int, and run this, you'll get all the ints that are inside that set. So that's quite a good way to filter through your set. Have a good one. I'll see you soon.